Okay, this is going to be a quick overview of the course website for CS 101 Fundamentals of Computing, the fall 2019 term. Okay, as you can see, this is the course website, cs.indstate.edu, the / character LMA1 /courses. And if you just go to that by itself, that gives you a listing of the current courses I'm teaching. Just select whichever course you're enrolled in. Okay, each of my courses are set up like this. On the left we have the home page. It has the syllabus, catalog description, and some extra information about Mattermost Chat. And this is a link to connect to Mattermost Chat. If you haven't already signed up, definitely do that. The schedule, this is where you will find the due dates of all of your assignments. So this Friday, last Friday, log into Mattermost Chat was due. This upcoming Friday, logging into the CS server will be due, and then we will assign a homework, not this week but the following week, and a lab the following week as well. Okay, so Wednesday, September 4th, that will be due. The first homework will be due at 11:59 p.m. and Friday, September 6th at 11:59 p.m. the first lab will be due. Okay, so this is the schedule tab. The homeworks and the labs all correspond to a particular lecture series. So under lecture materials 1, this is any materials that you might need to read or reference in order to complete the homeworks or the labs. Okay, so this is for a regular class or an online course. Either one, the lecture materials are important. Okay, if you have in-class lectures, then the online lectures portion isn't necessarily something you need to look at unless you feel like you don't fully understand something we went over in course or in class. The online lectures are just an online version of everything we cover in class. Okay, but if you're online or on campus, you need to look at the lecture materials regardless. Only online people need to look at the online lecture material, but the other people can as well if they would like to. Then down here we have homeworks. This is the format for our homeworks. Basically, you will have a web form that you click on. Right? When you click on this, you'll receive a password in your email. You'll click on this link. You'll enter the password that uniquely identifies you, and you'll take the multiple choice homework. All right. This is a listing of the types of questions that will be on that multiple choice homework. Alright, so you don't have to do anything with this in here unless you just want to take notes or have a reference to all of the questions that were on this particular homework. Okay, this link will only be live for a couple of days. I'll tell you when it's activated. You see right now it says not yet available, so it's not active yet. Normally I won't put up the homework until it is active. This is for demonstration purposes. Okay. So for the homeworks, you may use your notes. You can use anything you want. You can use the internet. Do not use each other. Okay? So use any static resources you would like, and don't use any human resources. Alright, so this is a quick little video on how to complete the homeworks and exams. Alright, so watch this before you take your homework, and you'll understand how to log in and how to do everything. Okay? So these are the homeworks. Again, they're all multiple choice. Next we have labs. All the labs we listed under this heading. Lab 1, you see we will have different sections of each lab. This first section grants my user permission to access your folders and files. This allows me to collect things from you and grade from you. If you do not complete this step, I will be unable to collect anything you turn in, and you will not get any points for anything. Alright. Up here, this is important too. You have to name things exactly as specified in the labs. Computer systems are very picky about letter casing, especially Linux. Linux is case sensitive. So lab 1 with the space and then the number 1 is not the same as capital L lab 1 or this, right? So if you're supposed to name a directory lab 1 all lowercase, all one word, and you name it one of these, you'll get 0 points. That's important. Students in the past have misnamed even their final project directory and received no points. This is incredibly important. Attention to detail is something you should become familiar with in computer science. Very, very important. Okay, as we go down through the labs, you'll see there are these headings for the particular sections within the lab. This is the first section in the lab. It has a title, and it walks you through what to do in the lab. And every section has a grading part at the end. These are the exact requirements that you will be graded on. Okay, so when you turn in your assignment based on these grading criteria, you should know exactly what your score is as soon as you turn it in. I will still grade these in a timely fashion and get them back to you as soon as possible. So here we have the second section. We go through, and the labs are also a means of teaching you. Okay, so there will be information about what we're doing, information about possibly some new commands or new constructs that we're learning about. So there's an informational section as well as a section telling you what you need to do to complete the lab section to get all of the points. And again, under each section is the grading section. So we have exactly what it requires for you to get all the points for a particular section within a lab. Okay. So here we have a third section, grading subsection, fourth section, right, and then a grading subsection. All right. Now for this first lab, I have a video demo of completing the lab start to finish. If you watch this video, you should be able to follow along and get 100% on this first lab. So there's not much of an excuse for not getting 100%, and that allows everyone to start out with a strong A. Okay? So that's the lab section. And then tutorials. These are subsections. Mostly it's about applications that we might be using. For example, Mattermost Chat. There's an FTP client that allows you to move files from your local machine to the CS server, right? There's different programs, text editors. There's a terminal text editor. There's a video on that, or the Atom text editor, which I highly recommend. So there's shortcuts, a video on installing it, and then also text-based instructions on installing. And there are extra features you can install. That's why this installation is so long. But you don't have to install them, but I highly recommend you do. Okay, so this tutorial section, a lot of times we'll reference material from the lecture materials. I'll reference one of these tutorial sections, which you should read. Okay, so you're not required to read any of this until the lectures material section tells you you need to. Okay, but this stuff is available for you to check back in with. For example, if you're installing the Atom text editor and you've forgotten a shortcut, you click on it and you can look at all the different shortcuts, and that's right here. So that's why this is available in a separate section from lecture materials, because it's things that students commonly need to reference again. Okay, so this is the style of the course website, and this will be updated regularly. You need to bookmark this course website and check it probably every day. Okay, so that's the course website.